The period between April 18th and 20th, 2026, was defined by President Lula's intense diplomatic push in Europe, aimed at reclaiming Brazil's role as a major player in global governance. In Barcelona on April 18th, Lula addressed the fourth meeting of the Forum Democracia Semper, where he delivered a scathing critique of the United Nations Security Council. He argued that the UN cannot remain silent while global conflicts, particularly the US-Iran war, destabilize the world. Lula emphasized that the poor pay for the wars they don't want, pointing out how regional conflicts in the Middle East directly cause food price spikes in Brazil, such as the rising cost of beans. Notably, Lula addressed the state of Brazilian democracy by highlighting the legal consequences for domestic extremism. He revealed to the international audience that a former president, Jair Bolsonaro, has been sentenced to 27 years in prison and that four-star generals are currently incarcerated for their roles in the attempted coup following the 2022 elections. By April 20th, Lula had moved to Germany to officially open the Brazilian Pavilion at the Hanover Messe, the world's largest industrial fair, where Brazil is the 2026 partner country. Lula declared that Brazil is tired of being treated as invisible and presented the nation as a powerhouse of the green energy transition. The mission is centered on the new Brazilian Industry Program, NIB, which focuses on digital transformation and carbon reduction. Back in Brasilia, political friction intensified as it was revealed that House Speaker Hugo Mata and 6 other deputies currently control 1.5 billion Brazilian reals in previously secret parliamentary amendments, a figure representing 20% of the total commission funds despite the group making up only 1.4% of the House. The economic highlights of the weekend were dominated by a sudden shift in global energy markets and critical domestic fiscal challenges. On April 20th, global oil prices experienced a dramatic correction after the Iranian Foreign Ministry announced that the Strait of Hormuz, a vital maritime route for 20% of the world's daily oil supply, would be reopened during a ceasefire between Israel and Lebanon. This announcement removed the risk premium that had kept prices high. Consequently, Brent crude fell by nearly 10% to approximately $90 per barrel. This triggered a sharp reaction on the Brazilian Stock Exchange, B3, where Petrobras shares plummeted over 5%, overshadowing the company's recent announcement of 8.1 billion Brazilian reals in new dividend payments. Domestically, the banking sector remains under heavy scrutiny. The government of the Federal District and the Bank of Brasilia, BRB, are currently in urgent negotiations with the Fundo Garantidor de Creditos, FGC, to secure a 6.6 billion Brazilian reals loan. This move is seen as essential to stabilizing the institution's liquidity following the Operation Compliance Zero scandal involving the bank's former president. Furthermore, the Federal Court of Accounts, TCU, has flagged a significant administrative failure, revealing that the federal government has accumulated 28 billion Brazilian reals in school lunch funds that have not undergone any formal audit or analysis of accounts. On a more positive note for the industrial sector, Acting President Geraldo Alckmin celebrated a 32.9% increase in the sale of sustainable popular cars. This growth is attributed to the Mover program, which recently eliminated the IPI tax for entry-level vehicles that meet high recyclability and low carbon emission standards. Amidst these shifts, Lula maintained a confident stance during his European tour, asserting that Brazil remains one of the economies least affected by the madness of the war due to its robust energy position. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and if you liked the video, give us a thumbs up. See you.